Innovation and Design Thinking. IDT. VTU. February to March 2022 question paper. Version A with answers and explanation. By J. Babu. The first step in the design thinking process is to A. Test. B. Define. C. Ideate. D. Empathize. Answer. D. Empathize. Explanation. Stages of design thinking in the order are 1. Empathize. 2. Define. 3. Ideate. 4. Prototype. 5. Test. The first step is empathize. 2. The final step in the design thinking process is to A. Test. B. Define. C. Ideate. D. Empathize. Answer. A. Test. Explanation. Stages of design thinking in the order are 1. Empathize. 2. Define. 3. Ideate. 4. Prototype. 5. Test. The final step is test. 3. Design thinking typically helps in innovation, data analytics, financial planning, operational efficiency. Answer. A. Innovation. Explanation. Design thinking yields innovation by combining the 3 important components that are 1. Human desirability, 2. Technical feasibility, and 3. Economic viability. 4. Design thinking is a process of thinking about design, designing ways in which people think, asking users to solve problems, defining, framing and solving problems from users' perspective. Answer. D. Defining, framing and solving problems from users' perspective. Explanation. Design thinking is a more generic and open-ended framework to solve human problems by defining, framing and solving the problems from users' perspective. 5. What are the steps of design thinking process? A. Understand, draw, ideate, create, test. B. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. C. Empathize, design, implement, produce, test. D. Understand, define, ideate, produce, try. Answer. B. Empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. Explanation. The stages of design thinking are empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. 6. Design thinking is a linear process. True. False. Cannot say. None of the above. Answer. B. False. Explanation. See the figure. Design thinking is a nonlinear process. 7. Which of the following is not one of the profiles of design thinkers? Empathy, simplicity, integrative thinking, optimism. Answer. B. Simplicity. Explanation. The 5 dimensions of design thinkers are optimism, open your mind to reveal untapped potential. Empathy, see the world through the eyes of others. Critical thinking, critique your design thinking. Curiosity or experimentalism, never stop exploring new frontiers in your mind. Collaborate, don't just connect things, connect with people. 8. During which stage would you consult experts to learn more about the areas of concern and gain an understanding of other people's experiences? A. Prototype. B. Define. C. Ideate. D. Empathize. Answer. D. Empathize. Explanation. Empathy is an intentional attempt to understand and uncover the real unspoken feelings and needs of the users. We gather the information by consulting experts to learn more about the areas of concern and gain an understanding of other people's experiences. 9. Collecting is an important portion of testing a prototype in the test stage of design thinking. Pictures. Money. Feedback. Emails. Answer. C. Feedback. Explanation. In the test stage, we will allow consumers to test a prototype to get their feedback for further refinement and improvement. 10. Which of the below firm is associated the most with design thinking? IKEA, IDEO. Idea. IKEA. Answer. B. IDEO. Explanation. Innovation Design Engineering Organization, IDEO, is a design and consulting firm with offices in the US, England, Germany, Japan, and China. Is associated most with design thinking. It was founded in Palo Alto, California, in 1991. Tim Brown is the founder of IDEO. 11. Majority of the top executives regard it as one of the top 3 leadership qualities: empathy, creativity, humility. Qualifications. Answer A. Empathy. Explanation. Empathy is one of the top 3 leadership qualities. Leaders should develop empathy with their followers. Unfortunately, most leaders follow a dictatorial style and neglect empathy altogether. Due to this, they fail to make a closer connection with their followers. Understanding the problems of your followers and feeling their pain is the first step to become an effective leader. 12. In design, where does the information used to put together a problem statement come from? The design stage, the define stage, the empathize stage, the testing stage. Answer. B. The define stage. Explanation. In define stage, the information collected during the empathize stage is put together as a problem statement. 13. What is wrong with this product design? Color cannot be identified. It does not function as a chair should. It will not be comfortable for the user. The design takes more years. Answer. C. It will not be comfortable for the user. Explanation. See the figure. It is not comfortable to sit on this chair. 14. Is prototyping a step in the design thinking process? True. False. Answer. A. True. Explanation. The 5 steps in design thinking process are: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. Prototyping is a step in the design thinking process. 15. Prototype should only be demonstrated and tested within the team. True. False. Both. None. Answer. B. False. Explanation. Prototype should tested in the presence of all the stakeholders, design team, representatives from funding agencies, management, and the customer. The main focus on customer to receive their feedback about the prototype for further refinement and improvement. 16. At what step do you want to complete the POV, point of view? Empathy. B. Prototype. C. Define. D. Ideate. Answer. C. Define. Explanation. In the define, we want to complete the POV, point of view of the customer regarding the product or service. 17. The initial design brief specifications are provided by designer. B. User. C. Both of them. D. Client. Answer. D. Client. Explanation. A design brief is a short document that determines the key aspects of the upcoming design project. It's an initial component of the project's life cycle. A well-written design brief states the main objectives, deadlines, budgets, and overall expectations. A client is the most obvious candidate to write or provide the design brief with specifications and constraints. A designer may write a brief if a client isn't capable of specifying technical or organizational aspects of the project. 18. When defining a problem, your problem statement should include a solution. True. False. Do not know. All of the above. Answer. B. False. Explanation. In the defining a problem should include only the problem and should not include a solution. In ideation stage, design team members present the possible solutions to the problem. 19. Design thinking process can be applied in any profession, any area, any field. True. False. Cannot say. None of the above. Answer. A. True. Explanation. Design thinking is a framework or a tool for problem solving, ideally for dealing with unknown or ill-defined problems. Hence, it is an effective tool for solving multifaceted or multidimensional and complex problems of any profession or area or field. 20. User persons are created during which phase of design process? Design stage. Discover stage. Develop stage. None of the above. Answer. D. None of the above. Explanation. The research that goes into forming user personas usually happens early in the design process. In the design thinking process, designers often start creating personas during the second phase of design, that is define phase. 21. In design thinking process in the delivery phase we iterate. B. Test. C. Prototype. D. All of above. Answer. D. All of above. Explanation. During the delivery phase we test the prototype. We may get new ideas. Design thinkers can go iteration and go for a new or revised prototype. Hence, design thinking is a nonlinear complex problem. 22. The goal of the prototype phase is to understand what component of your idea did not work. To understand what component of your idea work. Both of them. None of them. Answer. C. Both of them. Explanation. In prototype phase we will develop the prototypes based on the different ideas that are generated during the ideation phase. Some of the ideas will fail and some may give success. We will understand what component of idea did not work and what component of idea worked. 23. What does MVP stands for in Agile? Minimum viable product. Marks variable product. My viable product. None of above. Answer. A. Minimum viable product. Explanation. Main concept in design thinking while prototyping is fail early and fail cheap. This means minimum resources are to be used during the prototyping, yet the product should satisfy the user's needs. Thus the prototyping is named alternatively as minimum viable product. 24. What question did the designers forget to ask in the figure? How many urinals are needed? How much space is needed per person? What will the toilet look like once the floor plan is complete? Where do they go? Answer. B. How much space is needed per person? Explanation. See the figure, the space is not sufficient for using both urinals at a time for 2 persons. 25. Which is not a good interview strategy for the empathy step? Encourage the person to talk about experiences. Encourage short answers that get right to the point. Ask follow-up questions to get more information. All of the above. Answer. B. Encourage short answers that get right to the point. Explanation. Empathy is an intentional attempt to understand and uncover the real unspoken needs of the users. This is possible only when you encourage the person to talk about experiences and ask follow-up questions to get more information. When you encourage short answers that get right to the point, that will not give an opportunity to get more information and insights about the true need of the users. 26. Which of the following principles are not considered for design thinking? Embrace experimentation. Human-centric design. Profit-centric. Pattern identification for problem solving. Answer: C. Profit-centric. Explanation: main principle of design thinking is human-centric design, but not the profit-centric design. 27. To empathize, one has to observe, engage, listen. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: empathy is an intentional attempt to understand and uncover the real unspoken needs of the users. This is possible only when you engage, observe, and listen the customer viewpoints about the product or service. 28. Which of the following are not tools of visualization? Maps, images, stories, videos. Answer: C. Stories. Explanation: tools of visualization can be maps, images, and videos. 29. Storytelling is the most compelling type of story: oral, visual, textual. All of the above. Answer: B. Visual. Explanation: visual storytelling is the most compelling as compared to oral and textual. 30. Mind maps are used to ideas: generate, visualize, structure. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: mind maps are used to generate, visualize, and structure the ideas. 31. Which of these are not components of a mind map? Branches, arrows, central idea. All of the above. Answer: B. Arrows. Explanation: see the figure. Mind map consists of a central idea, branches, and sub-branches. 32. Journey mapping is also called mapping, path, experience, conduct, feedback. Answer: B. Experience mapping. Explanation: journey mapping is also called experience mapping as it maps the customer experiences at the different points of time using the product or service. 33. Journey mapping maps which phase of activity of service for a customer? Before a service, during a service, after a service. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: journey mapping is also called experience mapping as it maps the customer experiences at the different points of time, before, during, and after using the product or service. 34. Which of the following are not tools of design thinking? Co-creation, prototyping, mind mapping, online marketing. Answer: D. Online marketing. Explanation: except online marketing, all others are tools of design thinking. 35. Is used with the objective of identifying needs that customers are often unable to articulate. Mind mapping, experience mapping, storytelling, rapid concept development. Answer: B. Experience mapping. Explanation: journey mapping is also called experience mapping, is used in identifying the needs that customers are often unable to articulate. 36. What is your first model design of a product called? Draft, rough draft, prototype, practice design. Answer: C. Prototype. Explanation: The first model or design of a product is called prototype. 37. The 3 I's of design thinking do not include A. Interest, B. Implementation, C. Inspiration, D. Ideation. Answer: A. Interest. Explanation: see the figure. Design thinking do not include interest. 38. Frank Robinson defined and coined the term design thinking. Mind mapping. MVP. Hypothesis. Answer: C. MVP. Explanation: a minimum viable product, MVP, is a version of a product with just enough features to be usable by early customers who can then provide feedback for future product development. The term MVP was coined and defined by Frank Robinson and popularized by Steve Blank and Eric Ries. 39. Collaborative teamwork is essential in design thinking for equal importance to all members. Solving multifaceted problems. Unbiased selection of ideas. Better failure management. Answer: B. Solving multifaceted problems. Explanation: design thinking is a framework or a tool for problem solving, ideally for dealing with unknown or ill-defined problems. Hence, it is an effective tool for solving multifaceted or multidimensional and complex problems which need the collaborative teamwork of multidisciplinary team members. 40. Design thinking process began with the following 3 steps: understand, improve, apply. Define, ideate, build. Study, solve, create. Understand, ideate, create. Answer: A. Understand, improve, apply. Explanation: design thinking process began with understand, improve, and then apply. 41. Design thinking is also known as A. Adaptable inquiry, B. Strategic design thinking, C. Transformation by design, D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: design thinking, also known as adaptable inquiry, strategic design thinking, and transformation by design. 42. Is the way to narrow down the thoughts to reach at the final solution convergent thinking, divergent thinking, none of them, both of them. Answer: A. Convergent thinking. Explanation: the way to narrow down the thoughts to reach at the final solution is called convergent thinking. 43. Design thinking follows Waterfall Model, Agile Methodology. Both of these, none of these. Answer: B. Agile Methodology. Explanation: design thinking follows Agile Methodology. 44. Is an iterative and incremental method of managing development and design. Waterfall Model, Agile Methodology, Cyclic Methodology, all of the above. Answer: B. Agile Methodology. Explanation: Agile is an iterative and incremental method of managing development and design. See the figure. 45. BPM stands for Building Product Management, Business Product Management, Business Process Management, Basic Product Management. Answer: C. Explanation: Business Process Management, BPM, is a way of breaking down business processes into their most basic elements, the tasks and activities a business carries out. 46. A hypothesis is a wished for result that the researcher concludes the research with. B. A complicated set of sentences that pulls variables into sponsored complex relationships. C. A conjecture that is grounded in support background originating from secondary research. D. None of the above. Answer: C. A conjecture that is grounded in support background originating from secondary research. Explanation. A hypothesis is a conjecture that is grounded in support background originating from secondary research. 47 is an analysis of persons, groups, events, decisions, periods, policies, institutions or other systems that are studied holistically by one or more methods. Literature study, case study, co-creation, prototyping. Answer. B. Case study. Explanation. Case study is an analysis of persons, groups, events, decisions, periods, policies, institutions or other systems that are studied holistically by one or more methods. 48. The purpose of MVP is not be able to test a product hypothesis with maximum resources. Accelerate learning. Reduce wasted engineering hours. Get the product to early customers as soon as possible. Answer. A. Be able to test a product hypothesis with maximum resources. Explanation. Main concept in design thinking while prototyping is fail early, fail fast and fail cheap. This means minimum resources are to be used during the prototyping, yet the product should satisfy the user's needs. Thus the prototyping is named alternatively as minimum viable product. 49. Which of the following is an innovation model? Employee innovation, customer innovation, partner supplier competitor public innovation. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. Explanation. The 5 innovation models are: 1. Employee innovation, 2. Customer innovation, 3. Partner or supplier innovation, 4. Competitor innovation, 5. Public innovation. 50. Which of the following is an example of innovation? Wheel, compass, telephone. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. Explanation. Innovation may be defined as an idea that satisfies the important aspects: value to the customer, technically feasible and financially viable, and can be scaled up. In simple words, idea which can be commercialized. Thanks for watching. Comment for any suggestions. Like, share and subscribe for more videos.